I seem to have seen a little bit of Cassia by the little bit that I caught in the last game.
Indeed, you did. And all right, so here we go. Game number 2 in a best of 3 featuring Mortal Esports and Nerf Murky for playoff week 2, the Sweet 16 of Chair League on Dragonshire. Mystic, you saw Cassia do a good amount of damage. I was going to ask you your first ban, but it seems like these teams are sticking to the Nerf shields. They are OP.
I'm sure Blizzard will do something to those shields eventually if they keep getting banned enough. Right.
Well, so game 1, we had Tassadar first ban, Zarya first ban, and it looks like we're going to have the same thing, just opposite teams doing the same thing. Because, yeah, that is exactly what we saw game number 1. Just Tassadar was banned by Mortal and Zarya by Nerf Esports because first pick swapped this game. Who banned who swapped this game, but same bans.
Ooh, first pick Malfurion.
Again, also the same thing that we saw last game. So I'm feeling like that is the way it's going to be, possibly.
Yeah, first pick Malfurion seems to be very strong. A lot of people are picking it up. There's Lucio and Rhaegar who can compete with him, so yeah, I guess you don't have to choose your healer here since they did pick one. Just pick up Arthas or maybe a tank you'd like. Ooh, Dahaka would be good.
We did see Malfurion first pick last game, and then Lucio was banned. But I actually like this. Li Ming and Anubarak. I like that. This is one of Anubarak's better maps, win rate wise. Anubarak also a pretty strong tank right now, given the current meta settings that the current meta that we're in right now, with the ETC nerfs. So actually kind of dig both of these choices at this point.
A very big power play. You pick the Li Ming, you pick the Anubarak, which is Li Ming's biggest counter.
Right, and you're like, "What's up? You guys can't counter us because we took your counter." Oh, now we see Cassia playing for the other team, and Diablo. I like the idea of Diablo as a tank. I don't know if we're gonna see him solo tank right now, but Diablo is actually my favorite tank when I get to play him. Usually it's ETC, but definitely my favorite tank.
I can see why he's being picked up here. He is kind of the other spell shield tank because of that the soul shield where his souls get converted into spell armor, so that's also very good against Li Ming, along with his very, very high health pool.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree. And it'll be interesting to see what ban we get here.
I mean, Arthas is still on the table, so if you didn't want a single tank... Oh, so they ban out Dahaka. Falstad is also still on the table, which is another global.
So I will say that the Dahaka ban and the Falstad ban makes sense to me. Nerf Murky used both Falstad and Dahaka very effectively on the Cursed Hollow game. That just happened.
So they still need to pick up a healer here. All the healers you have to choose from besides Malfurion. So you got your choice of Lucio, Rhaegar. You can even go Oriel if you wanted, Medic.
So this is an interesting conversation that I got into a little bit with Twitch chat earlier when you weren't here. So Nerf Murky had saved their healer pick for their last pick, and they didn't have that available to flex. What are your thoughts on that? Do you like saving your support for your last pick, or do you like having a flex pick be your last pick?
Personally, I like the flex pick be the last pick because if you pick your support last, I mean, what does the support do generally? It heals. So, I mean, I could see if you wanted to pick around an Oriel or something because then you don't have a cleanse at that point, or if Tassadar wasn't banned, you could pick Tass in that situation because, you don't want to reveal that you don't have a cleanse. That would be something to consider, but
Whoa! Well, all right.
Ooh.
First of all, we saw Rhaegar Leoric. I like both of those picks. Then we see a Tychus, which is super strong right now anyway. But a TLV, Lost Vikings. I did not see that coming, and I like that. If your team can rotate as Rome is 4, which if you're looking at what Nerf Murky has currently, they can clearly easily roam as 4 and do a ton of damage. And you have a solid TLV player, which I hope having the master skin means you are a solid TLV player. You're in a great position. My only problem is Mortal Esports has 1 pick left, and we both know that Zeratul will have a field day hunting down a set of Lost Vikings.
Yeah, Lost Vikings will definitely have their work cut out for them because Zeratul is still on the table, and you picked Lost Vikings into Li Ming, which could be troublesome.
All right, that's another good point. Reset after reset after reset if you're in a team fight with the Vikings as well as everything else, right? So, yeah, that's another good point. So, this could be...
Oh, they pick up the Zool.
All right. Interesting. Okay.
Not a direct confrontation. You say, or Mortal Esports is saying, all right, we see you have a Vikings. However, we do have insane wave clear with the Zool, so we're going to go with that.
All right, I can dig this draft. It'll be interesting to see how everybody does. Personally, I think we're going to see Nerf Murky maybe come out ahead on this draft. But for the red team Nerf Murky, we have Diablo being played by the Brown Balla, Zarmog on Cassia, I'm a Vegan on Tychus, Kurenai on Malfurion, and Enigma playing the Lost Vikings.
And for the other side, for Mortal Esports, we have Lytail on the Rhaegar, Jonicles on the Li Ming, Inni on the Leoric, Bullet on the Zul, and Akfula on the Anubarak.
So can we just all appreciate for a fact that I'm a Vegan has Butcher for his portrait? Can we just like pause for a moment and say that's kind of awesome? Like the disagreement there between his name and his portrait game is like on point.
I'm more interested. Do you pronounce it vegan or do you pronounce it vegan?
I guess it's I guess vegan is correct. I'm a hot mess today. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. So we'll go with it. It is vegan. All right. So both teams in the game, both teams set up and looking to possibly do a nice little 5-on-4 in the mid lane, as we do have all 3 Vikings in the top lane. And the rest of Nerf Murky in the mid lane. But no, Nerf Murky might be looking to use its same strategy at the beginning of last game where they sent all, well, last game it was all 5 members. This game it'll be all 4 members into that bottom lane looking to take out a wall. I think Mortal Esports is going to spot that pretty quick and realize, oh, man. Oh, all right.
This is dangerous.
This could go either way quickly. Oh boy, this is spicy. I think Diablo's out though. I don't think he was quite in the bush there. I don't want to zoom in there. All right, so soak is started. We have Eric in mid lane, so he's going to be able to soak. Leoric may be in trouble here, but no. A noob diving deep. Diablo taking a ton of damage. Diablo, you got no souls yet. It is not the time to engage, but a noob goes down first. Followed by Rhaegar, and maybe a Leoric here. A ton of damage coming out from Nerf Murky and getting 2 kills pretty quickly.
Yeah, it was a well-timed route by Malfurion to keep the Rhaegar in the fight so that his team could finish him off.
And now they start the bottom wall, which I believe was their idea the entire time. We do have 2 Vikings top lane, 1 Viking middle lane doing the soak. Zul is trying to keep up with the back and forth. Cassia taking a ton of damage, is going to go down there. But Leoric is also really low, as is Diablo. Zul putting a lot of pressure top lane on those 2 Vikings. But low himself, so I don't know that he's going to stay and grab that shrine. Eric being chased away by 4 members of Mortal Esports. I don't think he lost any soak, but Nerf Murky now out from behind their wall, grabs the shrine, and Eric in that middle lane is gonna immediately pull that Dragon Knight up. That's gonna be, oh, the minion got Eric.
Zool, buddy, you gotta grab the shrine. You can't just have the Vikings. Just take it.
Oh man, Eric, that Enigma got had by a range issue on the minions, but that's okay. Ton of damage coming out onto that Anubarak, but he is going to be able to escape safely. Both shrines still completely in the control of Nerf Murky, but no one able to get in the dragon. Zool going top lane to challenge those 2 Vikings, and Leoric staying mid lane and keeping Eric behind the wall. That's quite a healthy minion wave mid lane that just took out that fountain. Cassia taking a bunch of damage. Diablo, Tychus, and Malf still in the bottom lane. Olaf going down top lane as Zool tries to put a lot of pressure on that top lane and push the Vikings back.
Li Ming trying to do some poke here in the bot lane.
When you get a second, I'm curious how many souls Diablo is at right now. Or getting up to. I think you have to set him as your focus to see it, though.
I have him. I just set him as my focus. I don't think you can actually see it.
That's a bummer, because he's taking a ton of damage. Goes down for a full count, but Anubarak also goes down. So that's a 1-for-1 trade, tank for tank. Nerf Murky still controlling that bottom shrine. Both teams are on their level 7s. Talents are up, so you can check them out. And while top shrine was picked back up by the Vikings, forcing Zool to come back up, Eric still being held hostage by Leoric, not able to go and grab that Dragon Knight. But it looks like we have our boy Tychus coming up, possibly looking to grab this. Not going to matter, as Zool did take the top shrine. And it looks like we have Mortal Esports moving down the bottom shrine. Ton of damage coming out, though. That will be a dead Rhaegar, and that should enable Nerf Murky to really finish off anything in the bottom lane now. With no healers, the Li Ming and the Anubarak are not going to be able to stay and face all 4 members of Nerf Murky.
Usually I would say if your team is even in experience and you have the Lost Vikings, you're behind, but the same could be really said for Zool.
Right, right. Well, and that's the thing, right? Zool will give you the same basic soak that you're going to get from the Vikings. What I think is most interesting to me right now, Rhaegar now joining the fight again for Mortal Esports, is Zool's really pressuring that top lane a lot. So while the Vikings are getting you soaked, Zool's actually getting a ton of lane control. So I actually think it's a better trade with the Zool up top doing what he's doing.
Yeah, definitely. Just going tit for tat with those Vikings.
This could be dangerous. Balog is dead, but Eric just bribed 3/4 of the Merc camp in the top lane. And then left the last one up. I feel like that's not what you want to do with that Bruiser camp. That scares me.
Ton of dangerous for Nerf Murky.
Both teams on their 10s, though, and a ton of damage and heroic abilities coming out. Everybody is popping everything, looking to get kills. That is a dead Malfurion, a dead Cassia, a dead Eric, a dead Diablo. But Diablo was at 100 stoles. He'll be up already. But we do have somebody in that dragon. I think it is definitely one of the Vikings. I'm just not sure which one. I saw Eric was dead. And, alright, it's got to be Balog then. Oh, that bottom fort has just a sliver of health right now. But really, Mortal Esports has a really solid defense going right now. the Dragon Knight is really not even going to challenge that front wall. This is one of those times where it may have been okay to just let the Dragon Knight reset and not worry about it. You know, I'm not sure they had to take it that early. And what do we get? Yeah, we did get Ball Lightning from Cassius, so that should be interesting.
We do have all of Nerf Murky coming down here to push the bottom lane, get that, breathe on that fort.
And just take it out real quick. And now I think we might see an engage here. Rhaegar and Li Ming waiting in the wings, and out come the heroics, looking to land a kill. Twilight Dream getting some value in silencing too. Leoric really low, Anubarak really low, and Diablo really low, but Rhaegar goes down right after Leoric. Anubarak, of course, all the way back up after getting Ancestral. Or no, not in. I guess he just... I think I was looking at Rhaegar's health and called him Anubarak. That's probably what happened there. But 2 kills for nothing, and we do have Leoric back already up because of his trait. But Nerf Murky is engaging and stealing, or trying to steal, Mortal Esports camp here.
Leoric trying to scare him off a little bit, but Nerf Murky sees what's up.
And that's going to be
afraid.
Four Siege Giants pushing this bottom lane in. If we see Nerf Murky pushing hard with this, they could get keep wall here. 13 talents are available right now for Nerf Murky. Right around the corner for Mortal Esports. Diablo popping APOC. Not landing on anybody, but a nice zoning tomb went out. Leaving really low, and Cassia finishes her off. That was kind of a slightly messier engage than I was expecting. It did work, though. Diablo looking to put damage on that Anubarak. That's always the problem with the Anubarak. Ooh, Tychus almost finished him off. He just, if he waits long enough, he just burrows out and gets away.
Cassia caught out a little bit here.
Yeah, but able to escape thanks to Tychus and Diablo zoning for her. That's going to be...
Zool, surrounded by 3 Vikings.
Oh, no.
Oh, managed to take out 2 of them.
Killed 2
Can he
of them,
take out
and I
the
think
third?
he'll get the third right here. It'll be really close. Oh, maybe Zool will go down instead.
He's running for his life.
Top 4 is picked up by Mortal Esports, and Zool does escape.
And Tomb comes down on the Malfurion.
Had that been Eric, I think Zool would have died. Malfurion going down. Anubarak now going down. Leoric getting out of there with Wraithwalk. Oh, bouncing lightning, bouncing around, doing a lot of damage, but not able to finish off anybody. Leoric in a bad spot here, may actually go down. Tychus is chunking him right now. That's going to be a dead Leoric. And with so many members dead, I think this could be a chance for a solid Dragon Knight push on the side of Nerf Murky. They can look at killing this Zool, and they can grab the dragon at the same time. We do have Eric grabbing that dragon, trying to keep Zool off. But with those skeletal, with the skeleton mages, yeah, those are mages, right? That slowed him down. However, Eric was able to grab that Dragon Knight and is looking to push mid lane. But the rest of Nerf Murky is sneaking around.
Mortal Esports is burning down the Dragon Knight really fast.
Well, there's nothing there to help. It's just Eric and a Dragon Knight right now. Leoric taking a ton of damage. Dragon Knight is now gone. I feel like there was no value there, buddy. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that. They took half the health off the first tower?
Well, there might be an engagement down here by the siege camp.
They are, Nerf Murky is up 16/15. I do expect them to engage here and take that siege camp because, you know, really, 16 versus 15 is not a fight you want to take. So we do see Mortal Esports back out. long enough for Nerf Murky to take the camp and then come back in and clear the camp. But with a Vikings bribe, we have 4 bruisers pushing this bottom lane with the rest of Nerf Murky. Zool going up to possibly kill some more Vikings. I have to be honest, I've switched up to Zool. I'm surprised at how well Zool is killing the Vikings.
Yeah, definitely. The Vikings are very fast, so he should only be able to kill one at a time. However, he's doing pretty good at taking them out.
Alright, and Nerf Murky does successfully get the keep wall down. Obviously, both teams are already on their 16 or past their 16 talent tier. So here they are a little bit bigger in case you're interested in the build these two teams are running. Oh, Zool could be in trouble here.
He's getting surrounded. Oh, but his team comes to back him up.
Alright, so both teams, apparently neither team wants that fight. They both kind of backed out after Zool was safe. Diablo looks like he might be changing his mind, though.
Unleash its power.
Well, here comes the
Nubrak
fight.
Diving. Oh, Cassia's really isolated there. I think she's gonna go down. So low.
Oh, does she live?
No, she dies. And Mouth goes down before he could get Ancestral out on anybody. Diablo is now down, but had 100 souls. Tychus is down, but again, the Vikings grab the Dragon Knight. Looking at the icons, I believe that's Eric again in the Dragon Knight. I'm not sure how much he's going to be able to do with it, though, other than lead Mortal Esports on a merry chase. I mean, realistically, oh, good, it was Baylog, not Eric. That's good. Yeah, I got my icons bad. Backwards.
Diablo taking a lot of damage here, not really paying attention.
Oh, Diablo, my friend, you are dead for the entire duration because you were off your souls. I guess the one thing that the Vikings did do with that Dragon Knight was deny it to Mortal Esports, which, with everybody but the Vikings dead, Mortal Esports would have had an easy time grabbing the Dragon Knight, or easier time, right? I've seen Vikings hold people from getting the Dragon Knight before, but so that makes sense. I get why they would do that. Both teams on their 19s, just waiting to hit 20, and we do see Mortal Esports grabbing as many camps as they can. However, Eric was able to bribe the bottom lane Siege Giants away from Mortal Esports.
Oh, the hop.
Wow. I thought a noob was gonna stun him long enough to get that kill, but Eric was able to escape there.
I don't usually see that talent, the jump talent for the Lost Viking.
Right. Alright, so every camp has now been picked up. The only thing left to do is soak for 20 and try to get it before your opponents. We do have 2 Vikings sitting top lane ready to grab that shrine right away. So I wonder if we're going to see a race to grab Dragon Knight immediately. But it does look like most of Nerf Murky is getting behind the wall. 20 is available for Mortal Esports before Nerf Murky. But Nerf Murky now has it, so both teams are sitting on it. Cassia going Titan's Revenge.
The dragon awaits, hero.
What armor here do we have? We have a lot of armor on Anubarak, but it's not really physical armor.
Leoric has armor. Doesn't
Did he take bones? He did not
No,
take
he
bones,
didn't
I
take
don't
bones,
think.
You're right.
Well, a fight comes up here. Diablo getting chunked.
Diablo going down. He still did not have enough souls to really engage that hard. And that's the trick with playing Diablo. If you go in too early, you are in a bad place and bad things can happen. Wow, Cassia getting just blown right off the screen with those effects. Are the Vikings going to do something crazy? They appear to be doing something crazy, while Mortal Esports does exactly what I'd like to see him do. Push in on this lane, try to take this keep, and push us over to a game number 3. Tychus using the big red button, looking to get some value out of it. Ooh, do they core here? They could core here and win.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough on the side of Nerf Murky.
There's not. They have 18 seconds on Diablo showing up. They have 23 seconds on Cassia. And Diablo's going to show up weak because he was already weak with the number of souls he had. Oh, that silence. That was a good silence, but this should actually be game.
Well, the Vikings come in with the dragon. I just try to see if they can't.
But it is going to be too late, and that's going to be game number 2, going over to Mortal eSports.